Were there any other files involved in this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, when you looked at the log, is it hard to see what's going on in that log?
It's complicated. There's a whole lot of entries. There's thousands of entries. But I mean, it's really simple. It's a text document. And you have a column that has the user account number, the user name. You have to refer back to the title of the log for what it is, for messages sent, and then it gives you who it was sent to, and then the actual timestamp.
And are you able to narrow down like which video is referenced by the timestamp?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because they're all very unique timestamps.
Yeah, they're unique timestamps, and they all match up with exactly what was reported.
Now,
Two pages of the log. And he looked at it. And this one's the highlighted one with the actual, that's the answer, that's the blue one.
All of it to be put in?
The whole thing. I think every page is like 300. No, this one's 30. Well, you'll have to give me a minute to
John, may we approach?
Yes.
Your Honor, I wanted to put in like 2 pages of the log that just has the other information, but I think he wants the whole 30 pages.
I guess first I would object to the log coming in because that wasn't purported as being attached to the business records as far as the certificate. But if the court finds that the state can put in these 2 pages of business records, I would actually ask for the role of completedness for all of the business records. So my objection is that I don't think for the 2 pages she wants to show the detective we're part of that business record return, at least not the one that we had the certificate of authenticity for. But if the court finds that it is, then I want all of the records of that.
These right here. Or just for the log?
Everything that he has been testifying to, everything he got from Kick. If the court finds that those are all the business records. So I know Exhibit 1, we've already, the court's already let it in as a business record, and we have the certificate for it. So I guess initially I'm objecting to those 2 extra pages coming in.
Your Honor, it's the same group of documents. It was the certificate of authenticity was attached to the whole package. It was part of the folder. And this is just one more piece of the folder, just like the videos are part of the folder. The videos have already been admitted. This log is part of it. He testified, and on the certificate of authenticity it says content, subscriber data, logs. And it has the data, and this is part of that data. Now I do not mind, Your Honor, putting in the entirety of the sent log. That's 30 pages. I can bring that. I would have to take a moment to print the whole thing if I hadn't printed the whole thing. I've just printed the relevant portion, but I would object to preventing every single piece of paper because that's over 3,000 pages, and most of it is not relevant. And so I would object. I don't think that the rule of completeness would require that every single piece of the business record be admitted. But I will agree to provide the whole 30-page log, and then we'll just turn to pages 26 and 27 and review those in detail. But I don't mind providing the whole 30-page log for the jury to review.
So which one was the rule of completeness?
The rule of completeness is that the rule of completeness is to show that there's not any mistake, that there hasn't been any altering, and the rule of completeness would not require me. It would require me to say put in the whole message. I couldn't show just a portion of the message, but it's not going to make me put in every message that was ever sent on that phone, or every letter that was ever sent. So I don't have to bring in all 3,000 pages of this return. I can bring in the relevant portions, and I do agree to bring in the whole 30 pages for the chat log, but I don't agree that we should be required to print out the whole 3,000 pages worth of every log that was sent, because all of it is not relevant. Like his friends list, every single, like the hundreds of pages of things that were of like redacted messages, I'm not going to print all of that and bring that in because it won't help the jury. It's not relevant, and it won't help the jury to decide between the facts at issue. And so I'm asking to bring forth the log, the log that's titled the chat platform sent log, which is the text that was sent by the user. But I don't have to put in everything that was received by the user, or because they have multiple different logs. It's very complicated. Oh yeah, it's for popcorn for sure. I'll read through that. I'll be right now. But I do ask her, that is my response in the rule of completion. I don't mind putting in the 30 pages, but I would ask for maybe 10 minutes so I could go and print the whole 30 pages because I prepared for 2 pages.
And I'm fine if they wants to even put it on a USB for the jury, but I just, if we're going to give the jury 30 pages, I want the jury to see all of it. You know, I want them to be able to look at all the files that he got from Kick, not just the ones they're testifying about. Because it's a business. I mean,
yes, and
but if we're saying they're business records, then we need to admit them all.
It's not a requirement. There's nothing in that says if you have a business record that you have to include every page. There's nothing in that rule of evidence that says that, and you are more than welcome to put all of the stuff that I sent you on a USB and enter it during your cross-examination. But I think that for the state's purposes, I'm bringing in the evidence that I think is relevant.
Require them to put in all record, because I mean, it's like as they prosecute them, choose to.
So do you want us to take a 5-minute break and print out the 30 pages, or are you okay with the 27 and 26 pages that the state can
get agreeing on that? Y'all can go and you can go ahead and print them out if y'all are agreeing on that part.
I will agree.
The stipulations. So.
Yeah. I'll agree.
Okay.
No, it is.
I'll agree with the change. Pretty much. Just put it on.
Will do. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. We're gonna take a break for lunch. Since it's almost 12:30, I know y'all getting hungry. I don't want y'all to be angry with me because you're hungry. So I'm gonna show you excuse at this time. We'll come back about 1:45. Yeah, 1:45. Again, still not time to discuss the case with each other. Still not time to discuss it with anyone else. But I'm going to show you excuse to go to lunch. Again, there's a Subway downstairs. There's some places on Main Street. Or you can leave and go get you something to eat. Whatever you choose, but just be back at 1:45, okay?